because I know a lot of people ask me to record this. So welcome, you guys. This is just a work hour. If you have never done a live, we call them power hours. This just goes way back when. But we are literally just going to work through our tracker, mostly this part right here. But I am Rachel Mitchell, and I am a part of the Dream Team, and I love it. I love it. I'm the leader of Team Take Heart, and I think that you guys, this business works. Like, it just simply works. Success in network marketing definitely comes from doing a number of the little things right. And so you really, honestly, and truly can't lose at this business. Either you get healthy and fit, or you get healthy and fit and you build a business. So tonight we're going to talk about those things that you actually have to do in order to build this business. And so I'll just tell you a little bit. Like, I actually start my business every single day. I use the Mora Cassava Rise Up Planner, and I look at what my goals are every single day. And you don't have to have a planner to do that, but I just use it. I look at my goals, I see where I'm at, I reflect every Monday from the week before, and I always ask myself, did I do the things today that will move my business forward tomorrow, okay? And I love Team Beachbody because you never have to wonder, you never have to show up a single day of your life and say, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do in my business. I don't care if you have an active upline or not, anybody can be successful, because Beachbody has this little golden nugget for you guys. So that is what we are going to work through today. And we're really going to focus on what I call the income producing activities, things like sharing your business, inviting people to learn more, sharing your story and services, inviting people to your challenge groups, adding value, connecting, following up, okay? Those are the biggest things that you have to do every single day. Obviously, everything on this sheet is very important. You can't build a business without doing all of it. But whenever I say the business building activities, I'm mostly talking about the things in the second part of it. That's what I do during this work hour. So really quickly, before I go into that, you guys, just like, if you'll chat in the chat bar with me, tell me where you're at this month, tell me what your goals are, tell me if there's one particular area of this tracker that you struggle with, like that you really want to focus on tonight. But we are working, all right? So we are definitely, this is not just me talking and giving tips, like this is a work hour. So I want you guys to work with me, and I'll ask you to, like, tell me when you've done your invites, when you've done your connections, your follow-ups, and things like that, all right? So this will be fun. So you guys interact with me, all right? Let's see. We are just going to jump in. Awesome, Tennille. That's Emerald. Way to go. That's exciting. We are going to just jump in with the first part of the tracker. Now, obviously, you got to work out and drink your Shakeology. That's kind of a given. That's not part of your work hour, right? I don't include personal development as part of my work hour. That is something that you should do 10, 20 minutes sometime else. Do it when you can take notes. I know you got to do it if you're driving down the road or things like that. That is not part of this work hour. But we are going to start with finding followers, okay? And we are literally going to take 5 minutes to do that. We're going to find 20 new people to follow, all right? So how do I do this? I'm going to use Instagram just as our main focus tonight, because I feel like Instagram long-term is your best bet for growing a business. But definitely don't neglect Facebook. Facebook makes finding followers or friends very easy. Just open your Facebook. If you scroll down a little bit, they are going to suggest people for you to friend. And just do it. Just do it. Don't add weirdos or anything like that. But Facebook is a little bit more personal in that they actually suggest that you follow friends of your friends. So I did that. My coach told me to follow 3 new people a day on Facebook and start to grow my Instagram. And I did it every single day. And so that is how I've grown. But let's go to Instagram right now. And I'll tell you a couple of my favorite ways to find followers. One, if you are, tell me in the chat bar if you can. If you have to go searching for it, don't do it. But you should be on Instagram anyways. But tell me how many followers that you have currently on Instagram, okay? And I'll tell you, yes. I love reading this. Awesome, you guys. Yeah. But okay, Mallory, on Instagram, when I follow people, they don't follow back. Okay. All right, you guys, good. I see your numbers. Okay. So I will tell you my favorite ways to find people to follow. And this is going to help you. I don't know, Mallory, how you've been doing it, But this should help you. So one of the things that I do is when I was brand new, I used to go to just like my friends, like my college friends, my coworker friends, my sister, whomever it was, people that I was already close with. I didn't have any following on Instagram when I started. Like, it was ridiculous. But what I did was I would go to like my college roommate. She was on Instagram. She had a few more people than I did. I knew we had a lot in common. I knew her friends were going to be people like me. So I would just go to Ashley's Instagram page and I would look at her last few posts, and I would just click on people who liked her posts. And I would be like, okay, they're friends of hers. They look pretty normal. They would probably be similar to me. And I would just follow those people. And I would follow them. They would see that we had a friend in common, and a lot of them would follow me back. Okay. So that's going to help you find people that will follow you back. What I do now is I love to go to some of my favorite influencers. And I'm talking about like people that fit into my brand, right? So I am faith-based. I like to go to people who are smaller. Like Lisa Turkers is huge, huge, right? But I like to go to smaller influencers that I connect with that are part of my brand. And I always use Lisa Whittle as an example. If you've been on my power hours, you hear me say that every time. But I go to like Lisa Whittle, or let's see, somebody smaller like Jess Connolly, or like Heidi St. John, who wrote a mom book. And I don't go to, like, if you go to their page, you know, they have followers up here. Like, I'm not going to go because they have like probably 16,000 followers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of their posts, and I'm actually going to look and see who liked and commented on their last post. And again, these are people that are totally part of my niche. So think about your niche. If you're into like saving animals, go to somebody who does something like that. If you're into like motorcycle bike riding, go to somebody like that, right? But look at their posts, okay? Because what you're going to find is that if people are liking and commenting on their posts, then those are people who are already engaging on Instagram. So I'm going to look through and see who has liked their posts. And if they are not a coach, don't have like 30,000 followers, then I'm probably going to follow them. All right. So I'm going to go through and follow those people. And I'm actually going to save them to a collection. All right. Does everybody know what a collection is on Instagram? If you go, so like if you went to my post right here and you click this little flag, I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little flag right there under my photo. You can go, it'll give you an option to save to collection. All right. And actually like create collections, May new followers. Okay. So just like people I follow in May. And that gives me a chance to go back and track it. All right. So I want you guys to go and I want you to find 20 new people to follow and follow them. Now, I don't do a lot with them unless they follow me back, but I do save them to a collection. All right. So if anybody has questions about that, let me know. But that is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do it with you. And one question I get a lot is, do you follow them if they are private? And I do. I do follow them if they're private, because all they have to do is follow me back. And if they don't, then that's okay. And this really and truly, like, set a timer. The tracker gives you those little times beside it, and they work really well. You don't see collections. Oh, I don't know. What type of account do you have, Lindsay? Like what type of, I don't think it would matter what type of Instagram account. Like when you hit the flag, it doesn't give you the option to save to a collection. It could be because I have a business account. If not, it's not a big deal. Just write it down. Like just write it down on a sheet of notebook paper. Just make a line that says new followers. Okay. I do, Shannon. Yes, yes, Suzanne. Awesome. You doubled it in 2 months. Way to go. Okay. And yeah, it's just a compound effect, you guys. Like once you start, it just keeps growing. And not everybody follows you back. Don't take it personally. You're gonna have people that unfollow you. It's just the name of Instagram. It's the way it goes. Okay. Um, let's see. I keep track of who follows me back. I typically will, if I follow them, like I'll add them to a collection. No, I can't add them to a collection until I can see their posts. So yeah, typically if they follow me back, I do add them to a collection because that's when I'm going to start the business building. Okay. Another thing I do if you are having trouble like coming up with somebody like influencers, I mean, you probably all have people, friends on Instagram. You can go to their page and look and see who likes and comments. But another thing I like to do is if there's like a favorite local like clothing shop, like a boutique or a coffee shop or a restaurant, I do like I'll search that location or that account and I will follow people who follow that account too. Just because you know you automatically have something in common with those people. Okay. All right. Y'all keep finding people. I'm doing it too. All right. We good? Is that happening? All right. Let's move on, you guys. Tell me how many people you followed so far. And this is something that I definitely do like right when I wake up or like while I used to do it while I was sitting in car line. If I was like in line at the oh good. If they don't follow me back. So yes, that is one thing that you can do. You can go and you can look. Now I Instagram, I don't know, like different types of accounts have different things, but like if I go to my page and I go up to people that I'm following, Instagram gives me a list of 50 people that I have least interacted with. Okay. And I can look at that and I do that every day. I unfollow people every day. Because you don't want to be following more people than are following you. All right. So, yes, unfollowing is part of my work hour every single day. The next thing I'm going to explain really quickly is how to find new hashtags to follow. So, I like my brand is mom, my brand is faith, my brand is like we love to be outdoors, things like that. So I actually follow a couple of hashtags, meaning that if I go to the search bar and I go to tags and just type in mom and I look for like mom memes never get old. That just popped up. It was kind of funny. So if I follow that hashtag, which I already am, if you guys can see it says following, what happens is that anytime an account uses that hashtag, their post will pop up in my newsfeed. Okay. So I can find people I don't have to go searching that hashtag to look for people. They automatically pop up into my newsfeed. So again, this has to do with like your niche. These hashtags should never be fitness, should never be beach body, should never be anything like that. They should be part of your brand, which is you are so much more than a beach body coach. So, like again, like if you love dogs, you love sheltering dogs, if you love gardening, if you love, I don't know, like a certain artist, if you love like traveling or going to the beach or things like that, like look for things like that that are unrelated to coaching and Beachbody, because you're going to find people who are not already part of Beachbody. So go follow like one new hashtag and don't overthink it. Like just start to type something in the search bar and it'll populate a lot of different hashtags. And you want to follow one that doesn't have like a million usages. You want to follow one that's like got a smaller number, like in the 10 to 15,000 range. So if you do that every day, I don't follow a lot of them because they get a little bit annoying, but I follow ones that do pertain to my niche. And usually the ones that are mom related do really well for me. All right. Anybody else? You guys are doing great. 2010, 2020, you followed. Good, good, good. Okay. All right. Now we are going to go and move on to one of my favorite things that I do every day. I always say that not everything on the tracker is super exciting and like just glamorous, but I love to connect with people. And this is, you guys, like this is a people-based business. And if we are starting new conversations with people, genuinely connecting with people, then honestly and truly, you will never have a hard time reaching your goals and finding people to help. All right. So let's connect. Who am I going to connect with every single day? This is like 5-10 minutes of my day. And I do this throughout the day too. Like I don't just sit down and do it all at once. Like I'll do it a couple of times a day because there are like new eyes on your stories and things throughout the day. Now, you know, your stories stay up for 24 hours. After your stories go away, you can't see who watched your story anymore. Okay. So you have to do this. Like I say, do this a couple of times a day. I think that stories are golden when it comes to connecting with people. Stories are where you get to be yourself. They're where you get to share real life. They're where you get to invite every single day. So right now, I want you to go back to your stories, go back to the very first one, and I want you to click on the little thing down there. It has like seen by so many people. And you're going to click on that and it's going to pull up the number of people or all the people who have watched your story. All right. And so what I do every single day is I'm looking for new people that I have not engaged with, new people that follow me, new people watching my stories. And I am actually going to just send them a connection message. And it is something like this. I was actually just doing it before I got on this call because I wanted to be able to tell you that I had done it today. So it's just a, hey, thanks for watching my stories. It's kind of a crazy over here. Sometimes I change the story, but I literally write one and I'll copy it and then I'll send it to a few people. All right. I changed the name because I want people to know I'm not like a robot. But it just says, hey, thank you so much for watching my hot mess of a life here on the gram. It can get crazy, but I love my life and I love to encourage women in faith and fitness. I don't think we've met, quote unquote, here yet, but I am Rachel, wife to Matt, mom to Henry and Milo. We live in Mississippi. Where are you? So it's quite a few words, but it's very genuine. It's the way I would talk to someone if they were sitting right in front of me. And it also ends with a question. I'm not asking them to join a challenge group. I'm not asking them to be a coach. I'm not asking them anything other than saying, hey, hello, nice to meet you. This is who I am. Who are you? All right. And so like, I love this because it ends with a question. It's very much me. And a lot of people respond back to it. Okay. So if they're watching my stories, then I essentially, it's like they made eye contact with me at a baseball game or in the grocery store, right? I'm not going to look the other way and not talk to them. I'm going to say, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. So it's the very same thing. So right now, I want you to go back to your stories, to the very first one that you have. And if you have some new people that you've never connected with, then send this message. And if you don't have any stories up, then there's your cue. You need to go make some stories right now. And even if there are people that you know and maybe you just haven't talked to in a while, then you can tweak the message to make it your own and just change it up a little bit. Okay. So go connect with people watching your stories right now. You can do the same thing. I do the same thing with people who comment or like on that post. If it's the first time we've engaged, this is what I send to them. All right. So go send 10 of these right now. If you don't have 10, then go find some more new followers and ask me anything.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you like add new people and then they add you back and then you send them like a welcome message like hi, their name, and you kind of introduce yourself and then you want to form a connection with them and you're talking, do you like invite them that day? Like do you like talk about like, "Oh, I have a group running, would you be interested?" Or do you like wait a little bit for them to watch your stories and kind of watch your stuff and then you go invite them?
Yeah, no, I don't invite right away unless like it just naturally, like if I send that message and they say, "Oh my gosh, you're so inspiring. I really have been trying to get healthier or something," then I would probably very naturally convert that to, "Oh my goodness, you've come to the right place. That's exactly what I do. Tell me a little bit about your goals," right? But for most people, I spend some time building the relationship because I do want to genuinely learn who they are. And I know that if I'm messaging this person, they're already watching my stories. Then I send them a message and we start to engage. Then what Instagram is going to do is say, hey, these two people know each other. So I'm going to put Rachel's content in Sally's feed more. So I know she's going to start seeing my posts more. She's going to start seeing my Instagram. And if she's following me and she's watching, she knows what I do. So it's not going to feel weird to say, hey, it's been so cool talking to you. I know you already see what I do. I opened enrollment for my next boot camp and I thought about you. Do you have any health and fitness goals you'd want to work on together? But no, I don't follow somebody or connect with them and then invite them the same day. I think that's icky. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It's a good question. Okay. Here's another example of a message that I would send. It's a little bit more direct, but not overly so. But just says, why do you follow me? Like, do you follow? No, wait, does this one say that? Let me see. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just basically the same thing, just the same thing. But one of my friends, Abby, and I, we used to send the message like, "Thanks for following me. Do you follow me for faith, for fitness, for the business part, or my little fam?" But I feel like this is a little bit more genuine, and people respond to it more than not. And again, just totally make it your own. Don't copy and paste Team Green Milo. It's gonna be weird. All right, good. Is this happening? Are you guys connecting? It really is fun to do this. Like it's exciting when somebody responds back. Just be yourself. Okay, we good? You guys have any questions? Um, this is really easy to do a couple of times a day, and this pays off. I could send like 50 cold invites and I would get nowhere. But if I send 50 connections every day, then I'm gonna find people to join my challenge group. I promise you. All right. Okay. So you guys can finish doing that later if you want to. Next, we are going to talk about public invites, you guys. I invite to something every single day in my stories. I make one, maybe two call to action posts a week, but I'm inviting every day in my stories. Why? Because they go away in 24 hours. And if I don't tell people what I have to offer, it takes 7 to 10 times for people to see something or hear something before they actually take action, right? And so I hope you guys listen to the National Wake Up Call today because it was like money. It was awesome, and she talked about this too. But public invites in your stories. I tell my team if you want to go invite people all day long and have conversations, but you've never talked about publicly what you're offering, then people are not going to trust you. They're not going to join you. But if you are sharing regularly, what is a challenge group? What's it called? What's your mission as a coach? Sharing transformations of your own and of other people who have gotten results doing what we're doing. Then you have credibility and you are building trust. So I'm not going to, I've already actually just did some stories before we got on tonight, and I did some yesterday, but you can do this in so many different ways, you guys. You don't have to do the same thing every single day. Some days it's a transformation in my stories. Some days I am sharing transformations of people on my team. Some days it's like the pretty, like I make them in Canva where I describe what a challenge group is. What is my focus? How many spots do I have left? I know that your coach is sharing and pouring into you on how to do this, but you have to invite. You have to ask, like she said on the National Wake Up Call, if you are going to get, okay? So make sure that you're doing that. Now, if somebody watches my stories about my challenge group and they watch all of them, then they're going to get a pretty direct message from me that says, hey, thank you so much for following my stories. I love what I do. I love helping other women get results. Do you have some health and fitness goals you're working on yourself? You want to tag team and do it together. Okay. That's all that I would send. So has anybody put up stories that had an invite to a challenge group in the past 24 hours? No? No one? Yes? Yes? Okay. So go back. I want you guys to go invite from those stories right now. Okay. So I'll type it in the chat bar too. Sorry, I can't type very fast.
If you, Rachel, if you missed your story window by the 24 hours, you can go under archive and it's there. I think you can still see who voted on like a poll.
You can see who voted. You just can't see who watched. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So I messaged.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I even message the people, even
Sorry,
if they don't vote, because I honestly don't get a lot of votes in the polls. But if they watched it, they're going to get a message from me. So you guys go do that. This counts as your invites. If you have some stories up in the last 24 hours, go invite those people. And I do the exact same thing with the my posts. Like if I make a Transformation Tuesday post, or like I did a challenge group post last night, I'm going to invite people who like share the love. And I just say, thank you so much for the love on my post last night. Same thing. I love what I do. Do you have any goals yourself? Do you want to link arms and do it together? Okay. So again, I teach my team, content generates conversation. If you're not putting content out there, this work is going to be extremely hard. Like it's going to be extremely hard to find people to talk to and invite and connect with. Okay. All right. Invite. All right. So, and yeah, like posts, like if I like make a post, like I made one last night about my challenge group, I've already done this today, but like, even if I made like a fitness post from last week, that was just encouragement, you know, and you got the love on it from somebody, you can still go back and do this. Just, you know, thanks for the love. Do you have some health and fitness goals? That's what I do. Right. So if people are making contact with me, liking my posts, commenting, watching my stories, they're going to get a message from me in some format. Does anybody have any questions about that? And of course, like how many new coaches are on here? Are there any like brand new coaches? I know there are. I know that some of my girls are on here. Yes, me. Okay. So one of the things that I do is, let's see. If you are a new coach, like, and you want to invite some friends and family, I just suggest something like this. Hey, I'm so excited. You may know I've been working out, eating clean for whatever, how long it is. I love it so much that I've decided to start helping other women. And you were one of the first people I thought of. I'd love to share what I'm doing and link arms to be our healthiest. Do you want to learn more about what I'm doing? do you have some goals, right? So I think those first invites to people that you already know and love, you can be a little bit more direct. Again, we call this like your dirt list, like people who would buy dirt from you if you were selling it. But we are not selling dirt. We are selling like good stuff. So like I would just be confident and bold, and you're going to get a lot of people that tell you no, and that's okay because they don't have a clue what you're doing. But your confidence and your enthusiasm goes a really long way. So don't be afraid to invite people you know the best. All right. So we're inviting. Has everybody sent some invites? Anybody struggling? Don't be shy.
I feel like I struggle because I feel like every day I get maybe 1 or 2 new people, and then I do send those messages, but then I always get the same people like over and over. So it's kind of
Same people
like
watching.
I'm stuck. Yeah, like watching my stories.
So what I would ask you, Sonia, is are you spending time every day going and giving love on other people's posts? Like that's definitely something you should do. I don't think it's on, I guess it would be part of connecting, but every single day, a couple of times a day, I just spend like 5-10 minutes scrolling through my feed and liking and commenting on other people's posts, or like responding to other people's posts. I'm responding to other people's stories. I think that responding to other people's stories is a really, really quick and easy and genuine way to build connections and trust. So you have to give love if you want to get love. You have to go view other people's stories if you want them to view yours. So you're growing your following. You got to be out there like connecting with your new following. So like what I will do with those new followers is I'll put them in my tracker. And I know that in a couple of days, I want to go back to Sally's Instagram feed, and I'm going to respond to some of her stories, and I'm going to like and comment on her posts too. Because again, it's just about the algorithm. Whenever Instagram sees you connecting with people, then they are going to like push you guys closer together. Does that make sense? So if you don't have any new views, maybe you need to go find some new followers and start like sharing the love on their content. And you'll start to get more views. Another really helpful thing, excuse me, I know Melanie and Katie did a podcast recently with Jasmine Star. Listen to it. Like, listen to it. It's amazing. If you follow me, you see that I do polls almost every single day unrelated to health and fitness, has to do with like mom and faith, something. Those are polls that people will vote in, and I respond to every single person who votes in a poll. And again, that just helps your algorithm, helps your engagement, helps your stuff go into more people's feed. All right. So remember that I have to give love if I want to get love. Okay. So it works that way. All right. So how many people have you guys invited? Don't hold back. Don't say it's just May 11th. I have all month to hit Success Club. This is where you hit Success Club, by doing this every single day, and you hit Success Club early. All right. I say hit Success Club early and often. Hit it and then hit it again. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Are we inviting? I'm going to take that as a yes. Hope you're so busy typing you can't type to me. The podcast. That, Sonia, that was from Melanie Chic Influencer podcast, and it was the one with Jasmine Star. I need to go listen to it again. I got lots of ideas from it. Okay. The thing with Instagram is, guys, we're not takers. We're not here to take. We're here to give. Honestly, you give more than you take, and you'll grow trust. You'll grow a following. You'll grow people who want to join your challenge groups. Like I love this business. I love this business. We're not here just to sell. We're here to give. And it works. It's reciprocated. So if you haven't added some value in your stories today or in your posts, like in your stories, it's easy. Go give some tips for drinking more water tonight. Go share a recipe of a meal you're going to eat tomorrow. Go share some tips for eating your kids to eat clean. Like, just give some value. I have it in my content every day. Add value. All right. All right. Now we are going to follow up. Well, let me share this. This is, if you do put up some polls in your stories and you are publicly inviting, this is a message that I would send to someone who voted in a poll. Hey, girly, I'm so excited you want to learn more about doing 10 rounds with me. I've loved this program so much. I would love to learn a little bit more about you. Before I send you all the details, show interest in people. 2 of your best words for your business are tell me. Tell me about you. Tell me about your goals. Tell me a little bit more about how I can help you. Don't word vomit on people. Ask about them, and then get to the information about the challenge group later. All right. So things we've talked about: add value, be publicly inviting, connect with people who's watching your stories and your content, and then transition those things to invites as you go. All right, we are going to move on to follow-ups, you guys. So the fortune is definitely in the follow-up. If you don't follow up with people, you're probably never going to get anywhere. I rarely have someone I invite that, oh, good, look, Mallory, you can share some tips with us. So I rarely invite somebody and they sign up that same day. It does happen, but most people, again, we're building a relationship, you're building rapport, you're telling them, you're learning about them, and then you're telling them about you, and then you're sharing some information about the group and so on. So it takes a little bit of time sometimes, but follow-up is essential. So one of the things that I do, so I basically open my enrollment for my challenge group the first 2 weeks of every month. And then I say I close it. I will still let people in, but I just don't market it as much. But every month I'm going to go back and I am going to send a message to someone who has shown interest in my challenge groups before. And maybe they haven't pulled the trigger, or maybe money was tight, or maybe they just got busy and just didn't get around to signing up. I don't know. There's lots of reasons why people don't. There's always, if you're inviting, you always have people to follow up with. And so this is an example of a message that I would send, and basically say, hey, how are you? How's your family? Like, I know we talked about this before, but life gets crazy. I've opened enrollment for my challenge group and I would love for you to join us. I would honestly this month say, challenge packs are $20 off, and I thought about you first. So, no matter what, I would love to know how you're doing, how I can help you, and what are some of your goals right now. So it's a follow-up, very genuine. Hey, I was thinking about you. I care about you. I wanted to tell you enrollment's open. Are you ready? Basically. All right. So do you guys have those people that you've invited? If you're tracking, you should have those people that you have talked to. Track in a Google Sheet, track in Google Streak, it doesn't matter. But if you're keeping up with people that you've talked to and invited, it's super simple to send this message quickly. Another one of my favorite things to do when it comes to follow-up is what you'll find is that you'll talk to people, especially through Instagram, and you'll talk about a challenge group, you'll share all the information, and then they just don't ever do anything. Like, they just go quiet, like they go silent. But they continue to watch your stories. They continue to creep on your stories. So every month when I open enrollment, I go back and I look and I see that, Tori is watching my stories again, and I'll use that little arrow next to her name in my stories, and I'll send her a message so she knows I know she watched my stories, and I'll say, hey girl, it's your time. Are you ready to get signed up? I'll save a spot for you if you are. Are your goals the same? Okay, very quick, very direct, very, hey, let's do this, call to action. And I keep doing that. I follow up, like she said today, until they die or I die. And if you're a newer coach and you don't have a lot of people to follow up with yet, that's okay. You will. You're doing this every day. You're going to talk to people every day. You're going to grow your following. So if you don't have anybody to follow up with today, then go find some new followers or go do some more connections. All right. All of this stuff compounds and builds on each other. Suzanne, what are some questions you asked in your engagement polls? I'm doing what I told you to do. I'm following up. Should have played some music. I usually play music when I work. Veggie for dinner. Good, 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 good. Okay. Is it going? Is it going? Y'all following up and inviting? So one of the things, I'll give you all my little Rachelisms tonight. One of the things I also tell my team is that if you don't wake up with messages in your inbox tomorrow, then you didn't do your job today. All right. So whether it is connecting, inviting, following up, you should always, like you guys, you don't have to stay up all night doing this. Just spend 5, 10, 15-minute pockets doing this, and you can go to bed knowing that you moved your business forward. And you know that you're going to wake up with some messages tomorrow, and you're going to have some no's in your inbox, and that's totally okay. But you will also, it takes 1, 2, 3 yeses to join your challenge group, to help somebody, and to hit your goal of Success Club. All right. So some things that are not, please hear this part just as much as you heard the rest of it. Some things that are not income producing activities: following tons of other coaches. Okay. Watching all the other coaches' stories, that gets you nowhere. It drives me insane when people message me all day long and they're like, I don't know how you do it. And I know I see you watching all my stories. Go make your own stories. Go invite people. Go connect with people. Don't worry about me. Go be yourself and do these things, right? So that is a killer of your business. Don't stalk other people and watch their stories all day long, right? Don't get distracted. Turn off your notifications on your phone as you do this. Guys, you can work your business from your computer. You can actually Instagram people on DMs through your computer now. Instagram fixed that for us. You don't have to do it from your phone. So turn off your notifications, get on your computer, hammer out your work, set your timers, get in a quiet place if you can. Read your personal development first. Read your personal development, listen to some fun music, get excited about the work that you're sitting down to do, and that will translate into your messages and your conversations. Somebody asked me the other day, how much time do I spend in my inbox? That is the bulk of my work. That is the bulk of my work. I have to be talking to people if I'm going to find people to help, and to find new coaches, and to hit my own personal goals in my business. All right. So everything that I taught you tonight, everything that I shared tonight, you can also use in inviting to coaching. I invite to coaching in my stories every week too, a couple of times a week. I'll hit it really hard later in the month, but I take the same approach. If somebody likes my post about coaching and it's a direct call to action, or they watch my stories about coaching, I'm going to invite them to do this with me. All they can do is say no. All they can do is say no, right? So that is my job. That is my responsibility. That is my mission as a coach, is to help people through health and fitness, and to help them build a business just like I'm doing. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me? Did you move your business forward tonight? Yes. Yes. Good, good, good. Do you have any questions for me? Are you going to do this again tomorrow? No, I'm such a teacher. Okay. All right. No questions? Sorry, I don't know the difference between Android and iPhone stuff. But I'm sure it's something you can find on Google. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, good luck. Have fun. Find the joy in this business. And we got a team call coming up next. So I got to go scoot and get ready for that. Okay. All right. Bye, you guys.